Hello, welcome to the Citrus Garden. If you're new here, my name is Christina. If you're not new here, hi, welcome back. It's great to see you. This is a reading for Cancer, Sun, Moon, or Rising, or if you have any other significant Cancer placements, there may be a message in here for you. So Cancer, I'm getting a lot of messages for your reading today. There's this energy coming through of unconditional love and conditional love. And I'm not exactly sure. There's so much coming through there that it feels like I could do an entire reading just based on that for you, where it feels kind of like there may be a situation in which there is some conditional love coming in, and that's not a bad thing. That's not a judgment. In this case, it's actually something very positive where, like, this has been coming up a lot in the readings recently about, like, structure and why it's necessary and why it's needed, and something, like, perhaps even physical as well, like the physical aspects of conditional love that is necessary for something to grow. And I feel like because the example that's coming through with that, like, just as an example, right, just to get the point across, like if you're applying for a job or something, that is an example where it's like a contract. There are conditions that need to be met, right? So like one person is being hired where they need to meet certain criteria, they need to meet certain conditions, they need to do the job, and in exchange they receive money or compensation or whatever. So, but there's something like that coming through for you, Cancer, which feels like, so it doesn't have to be a job, that's just one example, but it is a situation where it feels like there are certain conditions that are being met in order for you to receive something, is how it's coming through. And I don't want it, because I feel like in the spiritual community or in any sort of like self-help kind of thing, there's a lot of talk about like transactional kind of dynamics. Not always a bad thing, right? Like, especially when it's something to do with like work. That's a transactional dynamic that is very beneficial for both employer and employee. Like, it kind of feels like something like that. Where it's like there are certain conditions that need to be met in order for there to be an exchange or whatever. I feel like for you, Cancer, there was this reading that I did a few months ago now. I can't remember how long ago it was. I'll link it above, though. It was called something like, there's a really big spiritual energy on top of you. This almost feels like a continuation of that reading, so you don't have to have watched that reading in order for this one to resonate with you, but I will link it there just in case you want to go back to it or to watch it for the first time. But this one feels almost like it could be like the continuation where like a big spiritual energy is now manifesting in the physical. And there's also something here, though, with the unconditional love aspect where there may be something of like, because unconditional love, of course, is something that we all talk about, and like it's talked about as being such a positive thing, which it is. It is, absolutely. But there are also sort of like pain or difficulties that can come from unconditional love, where it's like you give a lot of yourself without receiving anything, or that like you give to the point where you become depleted, or it's like you don't receive what you might need from a certain situation or whatever it is. Like but there's something like that that's changing, where I feel like maybe there's a situation that you were seeing as being, I'm giving my love unconditionally, but it's actually become not beneficial to you in some way, where it may actually be restricting you because you aren't receiving something that you need. And it is very noble to give of yourself in that way, but if you are not receiving what you need, you end up becoming starved or depleted or not being able to grow. So I feel like there's a situation for you, Cancer, where the unconditional aspect is changing, because you can't keep giving unconditionally like this and still hope to grow and succeed and live a fruitful, thriving life, right? That's how it's coming through. So what you are receiving is structured, healthy, conditional love that has boundaries and has expectations and has expectations that are met, right? Like needs that are met and fulfilled. And that gives to you reciprocally. That's what is coming through for you. That's what the message was that I was receiving. And I feel like there is something here where, let's say, like it's between you and another person, for example, or you and others in general. It does not have to be romantic for whatever this is. It could be something as well where it's like, it feels like if it's like the relationship or something like that, the relationship is really new, but it grows really quickly. Like it's kind of like you put, let's say, an example from like sometimes things come through like in a physical example for me before I do a reading. So I have this beautiful plant that's sitting in a pot, right? The pot is representing the structure that holds the love, right? It's like the cup that holds the love. It holds the life, whatever. It's the structure that's needed in order for life to grow. And I recently, like a month ago, repotted it. And today I was watering my plant, this plant that I had repotted into a bigger pot just a month ago. And it had already outgrown the pot that I had put it in a month ago. It's just growing so well. And so today I had, like, the roots were coming out of the bottom of the pot, so I had to repot it again. It's like within a month, which never happens for me. But I feel like there's something like that for you, Cancer, where it's like you have a certain structure that holds the love, and it very quickly upgrades into the next biggest structure, right? Like that is needed. Not too big, just like the next evolution of it. That's how it's coming through. You're reaching the next evolution of something like very quickly. So whatever this is for you, this new beginning feels like it's growing very quickly, or it's expanding very, very quickly, but in a way where it feels like not in a way that would be stressful for you, but more so that, like, I feel like it will be surprising how quickly it grows. That's how it's coming through. It'll be surprising, but it does feel very positive. Okay, so Cancer, very interesting. Because I feel like on some level you've already been preparing for this. On some level, perhaps intuitively. It does feel like there has been preparation for this already, whatever it is. It's going to grow quickly. As long as you give it the structure that it needs, right? Like, as long as you, give it what it needs, right? Like a plant needs sunlight and water and air to grow, and soil and nourishment to grow. Without that, it's not going to. So that's how it's coming through. As long as you give it what it needs, that's part of where the conditional aspect is coming through. And it's feeling like a Saturn energy, right? The discipline, the structure, the rules, the boundaries. It's coming through as very like healthy father energy, which of course today is Father's Day, so that also feels like a synchronicity, like healthy masculine energy. That's how it's feeling. Structure. Okay. Cancer. Happy Father's Day if you are a father. Okay, yeah, the new pearl. The new pearl. Yeah, okay. That's exactly the energy that is coming through for you. I'm going to read it 1 second. Okay. Grit, irritation, and waiting. The new pearl is one of the great promises of alchemy. From a single grain of sand, the pearl forms slowly but surely in the salty mouth of the oyster. The new pearl emerges as an alchemical miracle, a sight unimaginable at the outset. That said, the process is generated from irritation itself. Such is the medicine of the new pearl card. The work is underway, but the gem has not yet formed. Don't become petty and hasty, seeking a return on your efforts. Rather, turn to patience, consistency, and humility to remedy the discomfort. Let the magic of time and salt water do its work. Relax, believe, and support a fellow alchemist in finding the grit that will become their pearl. Don't worry about you right now. The entire ocean is your ally. Okay. I feel like there's also something here about having to break down something that, like, okay, there's so much here, because I feel like there's like with that metaphor of the pot, where it's like that's the structure, but at the same time the structure is breaking down. So there's something of like something that was limiting you is breaking down, and you're being upgraded to a new bigger pot, for example. But I feel like maybe there might be some grit or irritation or difficulty or discomfort in the breaking down aspect, right? Like this plant, the roots had grown so much out of the pot that in order to pull it out safely, the pot had to be broken. That's how it's coming through, where I feel like there's something for you, Cancer, where like you may be experiencing a breakdown, or like could be even a tower moment for you. It depends where that tower moment or the breakdown of something, or the breaking of something very solid or structured is what allows you to move up. That's how it's feeling. But there may be discomfort or irritation or difficulty or discomfort in the breaking down part, whatever it is that's like breaking down for you or changing. It doesn't have to be that like a negative thing. It does feel like change though. And it could be change that comes comes in as a bit of a shock, or like a mistake, or like an accident, or like something like that. Like, but in some way, whatever it is that is being broken down is the thing that is helping you to expand and get to the next level, whatever that is for you. Okay. Yeah, you have calcification at the bottom of the deck and autumn, which I feel like this calcification energy, it does feel like, so this is the alchemical operation of heat being added to a situation. So there, like, and I was getting sort of this image of like something cracking because of like heat. Like if you, or like a change in temperature, right? Like if you think about like ice, when you put it in water, it sort of cracks because the change in temperature forces things to start moving. Like it's kind of feeling like that. There's heat being added to a situation, and it may be causing like movement in something, or agitation, or like an increase in energy in order to get you to the next level. That's how it's feeling. So be patient with yourself in this process. I do feel like there is something here with the new pearl of you are in sort of like this transitional or liminal period of time in which you are being moved to the new pot. That's how it's feeling. But there's discomfort in that transition. Okay. Cancer. The lion. Yeah. Lion. Very interesting. This is a card about self-mastery. But fire, right? Self-mastery of one's own fire. It's Leo energy, King of Wands. Like, doesn't waste resources, knows exactly what actions need to be taken in order to get a desired outcome, like that kind of thing. But it's also very like self-contained and self-controlled. This lion almost looks like really 3D today. There is something very physical about this energy that's coming through. I'm hearing the word refined. Something's going through like a refinement process. I knew I was going to see the earthworm today. Okay, you have the deer and the earthworm. Very interesting. Okay, so I was seeing two energies here. Okay, you have the butterfly and the otter at the bottom of the deck, where I feel like Cancer, there may be a situation like with you and another, and it doesn't have to be a person. It could be like you and like an opportunity, or you and a new home, or you and something else. Does not have to be a person. That's just the easiest way to like explain the energy, but it doesn't have to be that. So just take it how it resonates for you. Where I feel like all of my readings, because they're general, they can be flipped in reverse, right? So what I'm seeing here is that there's one energy that's the lion. There's one energy that's coming through is the deer and the earthworm. I don't know who you are, Cancer. Just take it how it resonates. I'm just going to explain it in the way that it's coming out. I almost feel like you're the deer and the earthworm. But again, feel free to flip it. I feel like this is not you today, but it could be. Just take it how it resonates. Anyways, I'm going to explain it like this, though, because I feel like there's a situation here, Cancer, with the earthworm especially, which talks about sort of like feeling like a beginner or a novice at something, right? Like it's new. You have to learn how to do something like, and there's discomfort in that learning process, or feeling like you don't know that much, or whatever. The discomfort or embarrassment of like not knowing something. But so that could be you. There could be a situation where you feel like you don't know, or that you're having to learn new things, or like it's like it's a page energy, which is very interesting that it's coming out with the deer, because this is also an energy of like a new parent, right? Like okay, one second. Let me read the deer. Okay, loving, intuitive, graceful, and the mother. The deer represents the feminine aspects of earth energy. This energy is available to all creatures, regardless of gender, but is especially potent in new parents. During the first few days, they are fully present, nurturing, and calm. Their inner beauty radiates, and a sense of grace calms the room. A deer personality affects others in this way, drawing them towards a quiet tenderness. The deer card may appear when a birth or celebration of new life draws near, or when a situation calls for absolute gentleness and compassion. Yeah, a situation that calls for absolute gentleness and compassion is what's coming through here, because I feel like there's something where someone, could be you, could be another, is going through this learning process here with the earthworm of like having to struggle through the beginning of something, which is very beautiful, but can also be frustrating here with the new pearl and this sort of like grit or irritation energy that can come through with that. The lion, I feel like, is something where this feels like another. It could be a masculine energy, doesn't have to. You do have both represented here, right? The lion and the deer. The That it does feel very balanced, though. It could be like you and another are nurturing something else. Like this, it is kind of feeling like a lot of like parenting energy, but it doesn't have to be exactly that. It's like, it's something where there's, you're nurturing something, maybe with another person. It could be a relation, like you and another are nurturing a new relationship or a new dynamic or whatever it is for you, Cancer. It does feel like there is another energy here as the lion, that is sort of coming through as being like providing the structure for something, especially because or the energy or the fire, because with the lion, the Leo energy, that's fixed earth or fixed fire with the calcification at the bottom of the deck, where the fire is very stable. The energy is very stable. The energy is very like secure, and confident and like able to give and warm, right? Like it's generous. It gives life. Like that's what the lion energy is coming through with. So there's something here, Cancer, where I feel like this earthworm energy can also be like, if you're not the earthworm, it could be that they're like, this is whatever the new energy is, right? Like it's like, this is the new beginning, the new home, the new job, whatever it is for you, the new relationship that is growing, right? That's like taking shape and taking form. But I feel like you're the deer, Cancer, because it's like, because there's like a significant like Saturn energy, which is like Capricorn, which is your opposite, which is also Earth, that like you are tapping into right now. Like I feel like the earth element is what you are nurturing, but there's also fire here that's supporting you. Again, I do feel like it's going to grow really quickly, like surprisingly quickly. But a reminder though, with the new pearl, is not to seek an immediate return on your investment, right? Like it is going to take time. It is going to take time. And don't be disappointed if it doesn't go as quickly as you think it will. There's a balance there. I don't even think that you're focused on that though, right? Like with the deer, I feel like it's like your energy feels like incredibly nurturing and soft and like gentle and compassionate, and like there's no rush. It's just peaceful and calm, and people are drawn to you because of that. That's how it's coming through. I'm not sensing a rush here, especially with these two cards. There's no rush. It's incredibly peaceful and graceful and compassionate. Both of these cards are coming through with that energy. Like these are the perfect energies to nurture this, whatever this is, right? It's like I don't know, maybe you're becoming a parent, Cancer, or something like that. I don't know. Like again, this doesn't have to be a literal child, but it is coming through with that energy of newness, of learning, of innocence and purity, and a little bit of struggle as well. Like a little bit of struggle, or like growing pains, but in a way that feels like a kid. Like a kid learning how to tie their shoes, right? You're not going to get it right on the first couple of tries. it does take practice. Whatever it is that is being nurtured here, it takes practice. And like repetition, right? Like that kind of thing. But there's so much potential here. There's so much potential. I feel like whatever it is that you're engaging with at the moment, Cancer, you can see the potential of this. I also feel like it grows quickly. I just keep wanting to say that. Like a child, for example, like if it is a child, it's like you can see the progress. You can almost like measure the progress. There's a very like clear it's coming through as like a visual representation of progress, like something that you can see, something that you can measure. You can see the progress that is being made in whatever this is. And also like another emphasis on the conditional love aspect, that like children, for example, need structure, they need routine, they need stability and security. Those are all elements of Saturn like energy, right? The structure, the stability that's needed for like healthy growing. This could also be an aspect of your inner child, Cancer, that's being healed with the earthworm, because the earthworm and the deer came out together and they're both earth elements, right? So this could also be an aspect of your inner child that is healing because of some sort of structure that's being given to you, or like something like that, that's like a space for you to grow, is how it's coming through. Or for your inner child to grow, or whatever it is. Perhaps you are nurturing your own inner child as well. I do feel like, though, there is this fiery energy here with the lion that is coming through as like someone who's very supportive. They could also be They could also be a representation of a healthy parental kind of energy as well. So just keep an eye out for that. If not, then it's just someone who, so they could be a mentor. They could be somebody who's sort of at a distance to you. It does feel kind of like that. Like you may not feel close to this person, or like you may not know them well, is how it's feeling, because the lion also comes through with this energy of like there aren't very many people who are close to the lion. The lion sort of is a bit detached, for lack of a better word. So it could be something like that. Okay, hold on. Let's pull one more card from the archetypes for you, Cancer. The bridge, yeah. The bridge. Okay, I feel like the connection, the link, and the gate. Bridges are built to connect two worlds. They create flow, allowing us to travel between realms, ideologies, and personalities. This archetype is the gesture of acceptance, of saying yes rather than withdrawing, separating, and saying no. When we cross a bridge to an unknown land, we are led magically into a new reality. We open up to otherness. Healing and communication are made possible. We enter a state of curiosity, wonder, and learning. The shaman, for example, creates the bridge between the everyday world and the sacred. This card asks us to study the connections between the seemingly disconnected parts of our life, relationships, ideologies, and histories. Remember that a bridge can't be forced. It must be made with love, or its structure will not withstand the inevitable weather of life. Yeah. The structure of love is what's coming through for your reading, Cancer. The structure of love. Like, how does... Or, like, building with love is how it's feeling. Bridging something together with love. Okay, I'm going to pull one more card from the archetype. And what does that look like for you? I feel like if you don't know... That's what you're being asked to nurture and focus on. What does love look like to you? Like, what is the structure of it? Perhaps in, like, a very physical way. Like, what is it that you need to feel loved? What is it that you need to feel safe and secure? And all of that. Like, I feel like there's something here for you. Part of, like, the action is to... like, figure that out if you don't know, right? With the earthworm, like, figure out what it is you need to feel like the deer. like calm, secure, serene, like very nurtured, and that, like, you're taken care of. Like, what's the structure that you need for that? Because I feel like someone or the universe, if it's not a particular person, is, like, preparing to give that to you. But they can't if you don't know what that is, right? Like, that's how it's feeling. Like, get very clear on what it is that you need to feel that. Okay, I got one more card from the archetypes. Okay, they're saying we don't need it. Okay. I'm going to move on to the tarot, because I do feel like there is another energy in your reading. Especially with the bridge coming out, this does feel like a significant connection. Again, it doesn't have to be romantic. This could be a friendship. This could be work-related. But whatever it is, you're building with love. It could also be family as well, whatever it is for you. Okay. Three of Cups. It could be friendship. Or, like, getting together with other people. I feel like there is something here, Cancer, where maybe you, maybe you have been too, like, maybe you have been in dynamics or friendships, for example, in the past, it could be, that have been limiting you in some way, or, like, it's kind of like the first pot, right? Like the first pot and the plant, where it's like it's outgrowing the pot. So in order for the plant to keep growing, or whatever it is to keep growing, some aspect of that has to be broken down so that it can expand to the next level, right? Like, that's how it's coming through. Maybe there were dynamics where, like, you were expected to give a lot, or something where it was restricting you. Yeah, with the Queen of Swords facing this, I feel like this is something that you have already detached from. The Three of Cups. This feels like something that you have already detached from, or you are in the process of detaching from. And it could be sort of like friendship dynamics that were limiting you in some way, preventing you from growing. Like, what's coming through with this is like same old, like the same old patterns, the same old like things. Like it's not expansive, it's restrictive. That's how it's feeling. I feel like you were in the process of detaching from that, like emotionally, could be emotionally detaching from something that feels like it's no longer serving you. But I also feel like there's something here where it's in order to focus on whatever this energy is with the earthworm, and this could be an aspect of your inner child. Like it could be that you're detaching from an energy that's not providing the nourishment that you need, right? It's not giving you the structure that the earthworm, whatever it is for you, it's not giving you the structure that the earthworm needs in order to grow, right? Or the plant, or whatever metaphor you want to put there. I feel like you have already done this, or you're in the process of that, Cancer. You're detaching from dynamics, perhaps that were not built on love, or that were like not nurturing this thing that needs nurturing. Okay. The Knight of Cups came out, but it was in reverse. This does feel kind of like withdrawing your love from a group, maybe. It does feel like that. Or a particular dynamic or something. Or particular pattern. Like a particular way of engaging with people. It does feel like it feels kind of like you're withdrawing love from something or someone or a particular pattern in order to build something else or focus on something else here with the earthworm. I feel like you are in this process. Yeah, the Temperance card. Okay, so this card especially talks to me about self-love, like pouring love back into yourself. That's how it's feeling. I do feel like there is something here of like nurturing yourself or self-love, or like pouring your energy back into yourself. That's really important here in order for you to transmute whatever this energy is. This could be your own masculine and feminine aspects of self sort of coming together in order to nurture an inner child. It could all be internal, so just keep that in mind. The Temperance, which is Sagittarius energy, we just had a Sagittarius full moon, so that might be part of it as well. There may be something healing that's coming out of this. You may be sort of withdrawing your energy from others. And this could be things like setting boundaries with others or something like that in order to heal something within yourself. That could be part of it. It does feel like maybe you are setting boundaries or saying no to things, or withdrawing your energy from certain patterns in your life. Yeah, the Ace of Cups. It's for the Ace of Cups, right? Because you have here the Three of Cups. You have here the Three of Cups and the Ace of Cups. Which together, of course, is the Four of Cups. And the Four of Cups has that, like, the 3 cups in front, and then the Ace of Cups is being offered. But this feels almost like you're overcoming the Four of Cups, because the Four of Cups can be an energy of like not seeing the good that you have, like not appreciating what you have, feeling bored, feeling like jaded, like feeling like stagnant emotionally, like you're not feeling fulfilled even though you have a lot. I feel like part of this energy for you, Cancer, is like removing yourself from the Three of Cups, an energy that in the past might have been very fulfilling, or that may have been, I don't know, like I don't know, fun or playful or whatever it is, in order to choose the Ace of Cups, which is like this, which is love in all its forms, unconditional and conditional, right? Like it's just coming through as being like a healing experience. Okay, sorry, Cancer. Let's continue. We're almost done. I'm just going to pull a couple more cards. For the Ace of Cups, I feel like it is talking about healing something. And the sun. The sun. This new beginning. This sun in particular is one that is... It talks about a new beginning, right? With the earthworm. But I feel like this is talking about like nurturing your own happiness is how it's feeling. Your own peace, your own creativity, your own inner child as well. Like, I feel like this is what this is talking about, but I feel like there is this element here of, like, removing yourself from an energy that is not nurturing your happiness. That's how it's coming through. So there is a bit of a separation energy coming through with that. Again, with that energy of like a disruption, or like the small pot being broken in order for you to move to the bigger pot. That's how it's coming through. The bigger pot that is just overflowing. That's how it's feeling. It's like you're reaching the new level or the next level of love. Yeah, 10 of Wands. I feel like part of this, like, removal of your energy, the removal of love, is putting down some sort of burden that you have been carrying for other people. Because the 10 of Wands is never just your own stuff, right? Like, that's like carrying the burdens of a village. That's how it's feeling. Like, carrying a lot of things that aren't yours, or taking care of energies that are not yours to deal with, right? It's like maybe you've just taken on a lot of other people's energies or responsibilities or whatever, and it's like removing yourself from that, or that's happening for you because you have here the Tower and the Strength card coming out together. Like the Tower energy in this deck is not one that's like very unexpected, right? It's not like super unexpected, whatever this is. This to me always comes through as being like a scheduled demolition. Like the building is no longer in use. It's been scheduled for demolition in order for this space to be used. With the Strength card, I feel like there's something here where there's something in your life that is like going through a scheduled demolition. You've known that this is going to happen or this is going to change for a while. You've probably been preparing for it. And it's with the Strength card, I feel like it is talking about like this is in alignment with your heart and soul and body. Like all of this is in alignment for your benefit. I do feel though that there may be either resistance or sadness or difficulty or discomfort in removing yourself from this energy, from this whatever this is, from the smaller pot, right? Like it's like, because it's like it could be something of a comfort zone, it could be something of like what you're familiar with, or what feels safe to you, but safe but also restricting. So it's kind of feeling like that. Like there's an element here of like having to put down the burden of, I don't know, something around you that is like restricting you or restricting your happiness, or it wants to grow. It needs more space to grow. More space, more energy, more of your investment, more of your love in order to grow. That's how it's coming through. Okay. 2 swords, yeah. And the Wheel of Fortune. because I feel like this reading is coming through because of the Two of Swords energy, where it's like you may be feeling conflicted about this. Because you may be feeling conflicted about this. just period, for whatever reason, like, because change is scary, I guess. What I love about this Two of Swords, though, is that the swords aren't crossed, right? The swords are not crossed. They're actually both headed in the right direction, like in the same direction, I should say. But there is, like, it's like you already know what you have to do, Cancer, but making that choice or creating that change might feel kind of difficult. Because change is difficult. Change is uncomfortable. Okay, could I pull one energy archaeology deck? You have co-creation. The radius and ulna and the tibia and fibula. Co-creation. I love this card. Okay. In your journey through this incarnation, you are going to be the one taking every step, making every move, and channeling your brilliance into the world. No one is going to do that for you. You are the one responsible for creating your vision for this life and this world here on Earth. But because you are a human channel of divinity, a child of the universe, you're not doing it alone. All you have to do is reach into the beyond. Push past what you see and feel into what you know. Feel for the most expansive and activating frequencies of worthiness, pride, power, love, and pleasure. Let them guide you as you take action. These bones will support you in your ever-evolving understanding of co-creation. Tap into them as you dream dreams, create visions, and organize your reality. Know that your relationship with co-creation is just as necessary and intricate as the energy fields created by the radius and ulna and the tibia and fibula. What direction do I currently need? Stop and ask for it. Do I trust that I will be given the signs and steps I need to affect my current situation? How can I prepare in this current moment to follow my guidance when it comes? Is there a part of me that has a hard time trusting? Which part of it? My inner child, inner critic. What does it have to say? Okay. Yeah, I feel like for you, Cancer, it's like you already know. You already know the truth about what this is, but there's discomfort in like choosing that or in moving towards that or whatever it is, because I feel like you're in this period where it's like the old pot is being broken down and the pot is coming through. However this represent, like it could be something of like an identity, an aspect of your identity is being broken down or is changing in order for there to be an expansion. And I feel like you're in this like transitional period where it's like change is happening. You're in the midst of it and it doesn't feel quite stable right now. That's how it's feeling. So it's like there's discomfort. Be patient with that. Okay. I'm going to leave it there. If this reading resonated with you, please like, subscribe, leave a comment down below. I would love to hear from you. Thank you so much for sharing your energy with me, and I hope you have a great day. Bye.